Good morning and welcome to another wonderful day in Aska. It's the start of a new year, so Happy New Year everyone. 2026 has started well. Apart from a sore throat. I've got a pint of coffee and I'm raring to go. So, it's been a couple of days in game since we were last here. I wanted to do a couple of bits before coming back to you. So as you can see, we're a couple of days into winter. We've made a couple of improvements up here, which were started in the last episode. We upgraded our farm. We're upgrading our gatherers' huts. We've got rid of quite a lot of the stuff here, ready to put the warehouse in up here. And we made a few changes down here as well. So one of the main bits I changed before I get onto the warehouse is I swapped round the leather worker and the weaver so they face into the crafting area. The way they were before, the leather worker was on this side and facing the other way. So I've moved those around just to make it look a bit better. We have upgraded the bloomery and we've put a stone hut, moved the stone hut down here and made the better one. We're not actually going to use it because we should be getting all of our stone needs from the mine. Well, in that hill there. What do you need? Gustav, what do you want? You need more space to store blooms. There's a bloody great storage here, dude. No, it's not it. It's that one. It's not. It can't be full. The warehouse is now fully up and running. No, there's plenty of room in there for storing blooms. Let's move them for him. Our warehouser will work that out in a bit. So put those in there. So we've changed this round a little bit as well. I've put a couple of storage racks in for arrows because we're going to need lots of those. So got a large storage hut for large storage for stones. Our weapons rack, I have made a couple of changes. If we look at this, so it's we don't need that at all, so they can go. So it'll store 2 crude axes, 2 of the knives, 2 fishing rods, 2 of the things that we're actually making. Stone hammers, iron hammers, iron hoes, knives, pickaxes, rakes, torches and road makers, and 1 smoker horn. We've got a couple of bows there as well as our battle axe, and I'm going to put the, is it the reinforced shield I'm making? I think it's that one. So we'll store 2 of those. Again, we've got 1 log storage for hardwood logs, 1 storage for normal logs. Same with the sticks, the long sticks. On this side, we've got the leather and linen storage, which you can see is starting to mount up. Our iron and bloom storage, a couple of coal, the broken metal parts. I've put a small crafting storage in here with limited in what it's allowed to store. Just so we're not filling it just full of one thing. I brought some stick storage over here and some food storage because they keep telling me they're getting hungry down here because they're quite a long way from the cookhouse. I've also put a couple of firewood stores in to store more firewood for the bloomery. Now the bloomery, because it's the advanced one, we can use firewood and or sticks to fuel it. Don't want to waste the bark, we don't want to waste definitely don't want to waste thatch. So we just got it on firewood and sticks, and he will make all of that. There's firewood storage there. So what are you after? You're feeling cold and you're starting to get hungry. Right, well the fire's here. Come and warm up. So that's what I've changed down here so far. The other thing I've done is I have changed the way the workshop is working. So I've got one person using one of the horses to make beams and the wooden shafts. Randy is going to make the posts and the planks on the other. That's the wrong way around. That should be Asa for the planks, and Randy for the beams. So Ace is working on the buck and Randy is working on the horse. So they don't get in each other's way. They're not trying to use the same thing at the same time, and using the same tools at the same time. And then we have Ivar doing all of the metal work. Was reinforced shields, I thought it was. So they've all got the separate tasks in here that they can get on with. I've not done that on this one yet because there's not a lot of point. It's not making as much at the minute. So that's where we're up to. Can't believe that took 7 minutes. Right. For today, I want to start getting a workshop, a warehouse up here as well, so that I can start storing things like the carpentry bits and pieces, which is going to go here. So I might as well get rid of this workshop because I'm not actually using it. Oh, I meant to put that in the storage rather than just throwing it on the floor. I can't store that anyway, so that will just throw on the floor. Let them work that out. So this can dismantle and dismantle. Oh, there was something in storage. When you break a storage now, or if your storage gets destroyed, it leaves you one of these large bags. So it's the stuff from the tool rack and the stuff from the storage. So we'll take those. The tool rack we'll sort out in a minute. Right. So let's get our warehouse in. So again, I'm going to set this going and then we can go and do something a bit more interesting, because you've seen me do one of these. You don't need to see me do it again, really, do you? I'll just get them started. Excuse me. Like I say, I started the year with a bit of a sore throat. As a Scotsman, I tend to enjoy New Year a lot more than Christmas. So, yeah, guess who celebrated a bit too much. Hence the pint of coffee to wake me up. So, with them getting on with that, that's our gatherer's hut getting finished. I want to, well, we need to get the mine hut upgraded. So let's go and do that, because at the moment it's just a hut. I want to make it a house. Oh, need some water. There's a well just here, isn't there? There we go. Managed to get all the villagers clothed in time for winter, which is was one of the plans that we had that worked. So, menu. Let's build that into a mine house, and we'll queue that up as well. So, because it's winter, we don't get cold as much because we've got sort of decent clothing and a cloak, hood and everything else. I still don't want to go too far from the village. So, one of the other things I wanted to get on with today was having a look at putting down a longhouse and getting some more villagers in. So the longhouse, I think I want to put possibly here. Well, I never did move those bodies, did I? I knew I meant to do something. Yeah, I think here might be a good spot for one of our longhouses. So I need some explosives. Is there any flax in this? Yes, there is. Let's take some flax from there, because we'll need rope. I should have a couple of crawler sacks in storage here. See, these lot are all just stood around. Crawler sacks, yes. Right, so for explosives we need the crawler sack. Ooh, lots of compost. Some rope and some Jotun blood. So we'll craft one of those. Now you can only carry one at once. I should really build a cart for the. In fact, let's have a cart for next time. I think for now I'm only going to need 2. Explosives. One's for this, so we can drop that there, and it's E to pick it up again or R to ignite. So we press R and hold it, we get the little countdown and we walk away. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, kaboom, and the rock is gone. So we do that with the other one. That gives me space to get a road in to get the longhouse in that just behind that cottage, and then we can start deleting cottages, which would be nice, because the cottages do okay, but if you can get longhouses in, they're far better. Oh, I didn't have enough crawler sacks. Right, I've got a knife on me, haven't I? Yes. Let's go and get some crawler sacks, which we do in the mine. It'll get us out of this horrible weather anyway. Right, we do that by harvesting these crawler eggs. Again, it says hold R if you tap it, it's quicker. So we get a maggot. What else do we get? Some slime. No crawler sack. No, I don't want to take the torch, thank you. I want to take the resin. And another maggot. And some more crawler slime. The maggots and the crawler slime we can use as compost for the farm. There's a crawler down there. Let's get rid of that for them. Is he stuck? Oh, he's stuck there again. There we go. Right, I will be back once I have a couple of crawler sacks. Right, so we have a couple more crawler sacks. I've got enough. Oh, I need some rope. There we go. Right. So I've got enough to build two. I just build one just now. That's it. I don't want to leave them around for the villagers to get hold of, because they will probably blow themselves up. No, they can't actually use explosives, no matter how much you want them to, or in the case of any kind of safety, don't let them anywhere near it. It's bad enough letting me near it. So this was the other rock I wanted to get rid of. So we drop that here, R to ignite, and again retire to a safe distance. Fire in the hole. There we go. So now we can put in a longhouse, and it's not going to fit. Why is it going to fit? Is it overlapping with the watchtower? Right, well, let's dismantle that then. And try that again. I want it fairly close, because these cottages behind us, next to us, will get deleted. So while I'm doing this, the other thing I wanted to say is a huge, massive thank you to everyone that's watching my videos, leaving me likes, especially leaving me comments. I've had a fantastic 2025. I only actually started recording videos at the end of September. So just over 3 months I've been doing this. Yeah, I know it feels like a lot longer for me as well. In that 3 months, since September 22nd, when my first video was released, up to recording this one, I've had over 7,100 views of my videos. I've had over 1,100 hours of watch time where you guys are watching my videos. And starting from scratch in September, we've got 79 subscribers, which I think in 3 months is doing phenomenally well, so I'm told. Dragonfly Gamer UK, who I used to do some stuff with, well, I still do, but he's the one that sort of pushed me into, why don't you do this for yourself, because you do really well on my channel when we do co-op stuff, because that's what I was doing with him mostly, and he sort of kind of pushed me into doing it for myself. We played a lot of Aska and co-op on his channel. I'll put a link down to the description for his channel, because again, he's a great guy, he's a good laugh, and he does similar games. He does a bit of Aska, he does a lot of Stationeers, which is a space game that's quite complicated but really good fun. But he does a lot of other things like Icarus and Infected, so he does quite a variety of stuff. So it's worth a look if you get a few minutes. So yeah, he's the one that sort of pushed me into doing this. So a big shout out and thank you to him for giving me the prod, and you guys, like I say, for the watching, for the hours that you've watched, the likes, the comments. It makes a big difference to a small channel, even just a single comment, and I do try to respond to all of them. So again, probably waffling on a bit. Thank you very much to everyone that's watching, everyone that's leaving me likes and comments. It makes my day when I see them come up on my news feed. Didn't eat enough. Right, let's nick a pie. Right, so this is now built. So it gives it a lot more storage. It'll collect a lot more things. We can put more people on it. We can have three gatherers. I haven't got the villagers at the moment to do that. This first bit of the warehouse is built, so let's get the expansions done. That wasn't the bit I wanted. That's the bit I wanted. I did that with the last one as well. Right, rotate that. And I will need to move that, I guess. And rotate, and that will go there. So one of the things I want to put in here, which we're going to need a lot of, is the small carpentry storage and the large carpentry storage. I'm also going to put a firewood and a food storage up here as well. Not firewood, coal. Coal storage. I'll put a fish rack up here as well. And start storing more fish. What was I looking for? Food storage. I missed it? There's cheese. Dies. Went straight past it. Sounds about right, doesn't it? So those will get built as well. And yes, let's go and get warm by the fire for a second. So the reason for putting the material storage up here for the carpentry bits is we're going to be doing a lot of building up here, and our builders then only have to go to the warehouse to get them rather than down to the industrial area. So it's a bit it's halfway between. A lot of our buildings will be done up here. Oh, the fire's gone out, that's why it's not warming me. Oh, that'll do. So I just want to check these houses aren't too bothered by the warehouse being right there. Ah, it's actually a bonus, the warehouse, so that's a good thing. Now, another thing I forgot to mention when I was looking at the houses and how to improve the area desirability, and for this time of year it's a bit of a disgrace that I missed it. The one I'm talking about is, of course, the Yule tree. When I remember where it is. I thought it was under decorations. Ah, there it is. Can't see it for looking. Now, this will give quite a lot of area desirability once it's built. It gives you 50 or plus 50 for area desirability. Now you can put down a couple of these, but every one you put down gives you less desirability. So don't go mad with them, but a couple dotted round will make a lot of difference. Again, same as your altars. And again, one thing to mention, you see it says 0 of 3. So 3 people can use this altar. Now I've got 2 of them, so that's only 6 can use the altars at a time. Now I've got 30 villagers, so if we do the maths, not everyone can use them at once. So one of the things that you can do is split your shifts better. Everyone does it. If you look at any video on Aska, you always see they've got like 2 day shifts, 2 night shifts. I don't tend to bother until I get to about now. When I've got 30 villagers, now it starts to make a difference because they're all coming out at once. They're all nicking the food at once. They're all trying to get to the water at once. Their leisure time is all at the same time. So I will, well, I'm going to do it off camera because it's fairly boring. I'll tell you what, I'll do one. So let's pick Lauritz here. So if we go to his work hours, the other thing I'll be doing wrong, really, is ideally you want 2 hours of leisure time at the start of the shift and at the end of the shift. I normally put 1 in the middle, but if you give them 2 hours, that keeps them happier because they've got time to get to the altars, they've got time to get some water, they've got time to get some food, time to just chill out and relax. So what we want to do is I want to move everything up 2 hours. So we'll do work there, and we'll let him sleep in till 8 o'clock, and that will be our day 2. So we want to create day 2 and apply, and that's it. That's as difficult as it gets to change the routines. Once you've got it saved, if you go back to here, so for Casper, he really needs to be a night person, so we'll change him shortly, but I need more villagers in first. So we'll have a villager on night on day 2. So you don't have to go into every one, you can just use this drop down box to change a couple of them. We want him up early. So what we'll do is we'll change his, and we'll bring that down one. So he starts working at 7 o'clock and everyone else gets up at 8. That will just give him time to get some cooking done before everyone else wakes up, and then demanding food, stood here watching him cook. Because I don't know if you guys are like me, I hate being watched when I'm cooking. Right. So the other thing I'm going to do this year is I'm going to go back to making shorter videos. Over the holidays it seemed okay to make them a bit longer, and I was getting up to an hour at a time, and it was a bit much. So I'm going to go back to aiming for sort of 35-40 minutes ish. So we're about to, well, saying that, we're not far off. We've got a couple of minutes left. The other thing I've done is I was prompted by another good friend and YouTuber, Talks, to put in the metal parts salvage, because our villagers won't use the one in the warehouse, this broken parts bin, but they will use these metal parts collectors. They are actually in the warehouse section. There they are there, and they make, so when the parts break, they will just dump the parts in there, and our warehouse workers can then collect them. Once we've got enough stuff built up, we can change the task list to only use refurbished metal parts, so that we're not just constantly wasting iron on making more and more when we've got hundreds of them already. That's the other reason for limiting the amounts of stuff that's stored in here, so that you don't just end up with hundreds and hundreds of one item. You only want a couple of each. As we get more and more people, we can expand on that and have a few more of those dotted round with spare tools and things in. But for now, I think that's going to be okay. Oh, a cart's built. Right. So, Q to mount it. And we want a load of stones up in the village. I know we've got stone storage at the warehouse just there, but let's just get them from the source for now. I do like this Aska Plus mod that puts torches on things. Right, Q to dismount. Now this has a storage as well, so it's got small storage, medium storage and large storage like we have. So it can store 9 large items, about the same as us for the medium stuff, Oh, my pickaxe broke. Need a new one. And again, lots of small stuff as well. If you're transporting lots of bits and pieces around, they're invaluable. You can do it with a sled as well, but they're not as nice to use. That full? No, connect 6 more. We'll actually need 7 up there, but I'll take a couple extra. How's that? That's 9. Right, so let's take some stones as well. And we can just put those in there. Right, mount the cart again with Q, and let's take that up to the village. And again, because we're on the stone path, we can run and not use any stamina. Try not to run over our villagers. Right, so we'll fix our baffles me that it takes 10 hits with a hammer to build it, but when you want to repair it, you're doing it hit point by hit point. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Oh, we did need a lot more stones up here. We need 10 for the house, didn't we? Forgot that bit. Well, just as well we brought spares. There we go. That's some of it done at least. Right, I think that's about all we've got time for today. So thanks very much for watching. I have got a couple of things lined up that I wanted to do as well as Aska. So the Noble Legacy videos I did a couple on the tutorial for that. They did really well. So I'm hoping to do that as a series. It's had a lot of big updates since I did the tutorial, and it is looking really good. There's also Star Rupture, which is a science fiction survival factory type game that I've played the demos for and really enjoyed. I might be doing that co-op, but I might do just some solo stuff as well for my channel. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. We do more. To that end, again, if you've got this far, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button for me. And if you're not subscribed, consider it. It's free. It helps the channel out massively, and hopefully we can grow. So once again, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next episode. Cheerio!